Xiaomi 17 Max, the phone that makes every other flagship look small. Have you noticed something lately? Every smartphone company keeps saying the same thing every year. Better cameras. More AI. Slightly faster chip. But then Xiaomi comes in and says, what if we just make a monster? And honestly, that's exactly what the Xiaomi 17 Max feels like. This phone is huge. The battery is insane. And the specs almost sound fake. But according to leaks, certifications, and Xiaomi teasers, this thing is very real, and it could become one of the wildest Android phones of 2026. First, let's talk about the name. The Xiaomi 17 Max is expected to be the final member of the Xiaomi 17 series lineup. It sits between the standard Xiaomi 17 and the Ultra model. But unlike the Ultra, which focuses mainly on extreme camera performance, the 17 Max seems built around one idea: going big. Bigger display, bigger battery, bigger endurance, and flagship-level performance to match. Xiaomi has already confirmed that the phone is launching in China later this month, with pre-orders reportedly already open. Now here's where things get interesting. At first glance, the Xiaomi 17 Max looks premium, but familiar. Flat sides, flat front and back, very slim bezels, and a massive Leica-branded camera module on the back. But the biggest thing you notice immediately is the size. This phone reportedly has a gigantic 6.9-inch display. That's basically tablet territory. And Xiaomi seems to be embracing that completely. The colors leaked so far include clear blue, pixel black, and white. Interestingly, unlike the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, this model reportedly does not have the secondary rear display, which honestly might not be a bad thing. A lot of people felt that feature was more gimmick than useful anyway. But the display itself? That's where things start becoming crazy. Leaks suggest Xiaomi is using a massive OLED panel with 1.5K resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and brightness levels that could hit 3,500 nits. That is absurdly bright. And if true, outdoor visibility on this phone could be incredible. Reports also mention 2160Hz PWM dimming, which should help reduce eye strain during nighttime use. Apparently, Xiaomi may even be using a TCL CSOT panel similar to the one found in the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. So this could end up being one of the best smartphone displays of the year. Now performance. This is where Xiaomi always likes to show off. The Xiaomi 17 Max is expected to use Qualcomm's newest flagship processor, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. And this chip is supposed to focus heavily on AI processing, gaming performance, thermal efficiency, and battery optimization. Which is important, because powering a massive 6.9-inch display and an enormous battery is not easy. Leaks also suggest configurations with up to 16 GB of RAM and 1 TB of storage. That's laptop-level storage inside a smartphone. And of course, it'll likely ship with HyperOS based on Android 16 right out of the box. But cameras? This might actually surprise people, because Xiaomi isn't treating the 17 Max like a battery phone. They're giving it serious camera hardware too. According to leaks, the setup may include a 200MP main Leica camera, a 50MP ultra-wide sensor, and a 50MP periscope telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom. Now that alone sounds impressive. But the important detail is the rumored 1.4-inch sensor size. That's huge for a smartphone camera. A larger sensor means better low-light photography, improved dynamic range, cleaner portraits, and better video quality. And with Leica tuning involved, Xiaomi is clearly trying to make this phone compete directly with premium flagships from Samsung, Vivo, and Apple. But now, let's talk about the real headline feature: the battery. Because this thing is absolutely ridiculous. The Xiaomi 17 Max is rumored to feature an 8,000 mAh battery. 8,000 mAh. That would make it one of the largest batteries ever seen in a modern flagship smartphone. To put that into perspective, most flagship phones today still use batteries around 5,000 mAh. So Xiaomi is basically adding an extra power bank inside the phone. And somehow, they still plan to support 100W wired charging and 50W wireless charging. If these numbers are accurate, battery anxiety on this phone might completely disappear. Now pricing. Xiaomi hasn't officially revealed anything yet, but leaks suggest the phone could start somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 yuan in China. Globally, that might translate to around $700 to $850 if Xiaomi decides to release it internationally. And considering the specs, that pricing would be very aggressive. But the biggest mystery right now is global availability. Some reports say Xiaomi is preparing a wider release. Others believe the phone may stay exclusive to China to avoid competing too closely with the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. And honestly, that sounds exactly like something Xiaomi would do. Because if this phone launches globally at the right price, it could seriously disrupt the flagship market. Right now, reactions online are mixed. Some people are incredibly excited about the giant battery and massive display. Others think Xiaomi's lineup is becoming confusing with all these Pro, Ultra, and Max names. But one thing is clear. People are talking about this phone. A lot. Because in a market where most phones feel nearly identical, the Xiaomi 17 Max actually sounds different. And that alone makes it interesting. So now I want to hear from you. Would you buy a phone with an 8,000 mAh battery? Or do you think smartphones are becoming too big? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more smartphone news and leaks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.